Since again showing continuation. Dragon fight against Gorosinus. I swear. That walk, with increasing intensity because each and every one of them continue to launch powerful techniques, consecutive attacks from both impact on the surrounding area, so that their duel, the fight, which attracts the most attention there. Levite, who monitored the battle there from a distance, said that the dragon fight against Nusturo is the most exciting there. Supposed Levite duty in that place is to monitor the situation in the entire Marijo area. Wanted to be a dragon fight against Nusturo. Sabo and friends fight Shamrock. Nor the battle of the allied leaders. Revolutionary forces against Mercury and Jupiter. But it was so exciting that the dragon fight against Nusturo. Leviticus, forgetting the other battles. Because it does. Dragon fight against Nusturo is high speed. So it has to be monitored with great focus. After a while colliding attacks, Nusturo will use a new technique, which is very effective. She gives off a cold fog, but he's able to control cold temperatures, so it doesn't create a freeze in there. So that cold and thick fog only filled his fighting area against dragons only, while other areas not filled with Nusturo fog. That when the fog appears, Nusturo moves very fast to launch surprise attacks to the dragon. Here the dragon position is very disturbed because it's hard to see clearly amidst the thick fog. Other than that, the cold fog also gives a strange sensation and very disturbing on behalf of the enemy. It's not easy for dragons to focus on Ken Bunshoku, right? Apparently, this technique was created specifically to disrupt Ken Bunshoku. Hockey Dragon immediately released a strong wind to obliterate the fog. But Nusturo doesn't stop there. After the fog was gone, he's using a new technique again, which is in Bakasudo hybrid mode. Attack by creating visual, as if he had a lot. This is pretty similar to Eiichiro Zoro mode that can create visual, where Zoro says if it had 3 heads, 6 hands and 9 swords. But the attack from Nusturo, this still seems to be stronger than Eiichiro Zoro Dragon. There was no time to dodge the attack, so he immediately gathered the wine in both hands, then coat the hand with high-level Bisashoku Haki that serves as invisible shield. So there are 2 layers of defense that dragons use, starting from the wind to high-level Bisashoku Haki. Even so, because Nusturo's attack was so powerful, the dragon still crashed far enough back. Is indeed the leader of the revolutionary army. It did not sustain serious injuries because that defense was very good at protecting the body. Yet thrown away like that certainly bring a bad influence against the mentality of the allies. Revolutionary troops there. They were very surprised to see dragon was hit by a very strong attack like that. So the dragon will soon return to Nusturo, while thinking about doing something big to raise the spirits of his comrades again. Because in a battle like this, psychological play is an important aspect. As a leader, dragons certainly understand that, where what he does and what happened to him will affect the comrades and allies that were there. The same goes for the Goros. What they're doing and what happens to them will have an impact on the mentality of the subordinates. On the side of the world government, move to Hachinosu, fighting in the central area of the island, will again have the spotlight. There are Shanks who are fighting many Kurohige alliances, while being watched by Kurohige, who are restoring the power of Kurohige. Really take advantage of the arrival of his alliance that very well. Only the alliances. There was also Kuzan, who also fought against Shanks in that place. Indeed, some time ago, Shanks managed to launch a powerful attack that made Kuzan crashed immediately, but he was still able to survive and started fighting again. Though injured pretty badly, Shanks said that Kuzan is very stubborn. Kuzan responded by saying, "Don't expect it. He will let it be. This fight ended easily." After saying that, he will launch an attack immediately. Very strong coffee, but Shanks reacted in time, so that he can handle that attack. After dealing with the ice attack from Kuzan, the surrounding environment also becomes filled with ice vapor and quite thick fog is created, because indeed, Shanks's attack earlier. It seems to have quite a significant impact. Therefore, the ice from Kyuzen instantly evaporated. There's a thick fog in that place. In the midst of that ice fog, Kyuzen, the Kurohige Alliance, even Kurohige himself, it's hard to see. Suddenly, Shanks just dashed off very quickly, approaching Kurohige, and intending to cut it from a close distance, just before his strike hit Kurohige's body. Kyuzen once created Ice Protector near Kurohige's body, but because Shanks's attack is too strong, the attack still hits Kurohige's body. It's just that ... Shanks's attack power is quite restrained, so it only makes Kurohige's body just a little bit hurt. If only it was earlier. Kyuzen didn't create the ice shield. So, Kurohige, you're definitely going to get seriously hurt. Was also surprised and just remembered that Shanks has Kenbun Shoku Haki, high level. Until now, it's dangerous to be in a place full of fog like that. When fighting against Shanks, Kyuzen immediately dispelled all the fog there with his ice abilities, because he also understands it's very dangerous to fight against Sean with such foggy conditions. Into different areas, Yasaban Ben Deckman was also shown again. The two of them, I'm currently fighting against several people from the secret unit, the user of the devil fruit from the Kurohige pirates. As I discussed in the previous video, Kurohige has a secret unit which contains dozens of people who has been given the power of the devil fruit and trained to master it. No, the unit is located on a small island near Hachinosu Island. When the second wave alliance of Kurohige called to come, that secret unit is also participating there to increase the combat strength of the pirates. Kurohige, when they came to Hachinosu Island, there are 3 people who are directly fighting against Yasub, and there are 4 people who is fighting against Ben Batman. For now, Yasub has already defeated 1 person from the 3 enemies that are in front of him. No, while Ben is Batman, he is defeated 2 people from the 4 enemies in front of him. The fight continues, where Yasub and Ben Batman are very outstanding, even though they both have stamina already drained quite a lot due to various previous fights. In the port area, there's also an interesting battle involving Sengoku fighting a senior pirate from the Kurohige Alliance, who just arrived after fighting for quite some time. Sengoku managed to defeat that senior pirate with shockwave technique. Even though it's small, it's very focused on the target's body. That technique is about it decisively and make him instantly fell down. Even though we've already defeated that senior pirate, there is still something there. So many other pirates from the Kurohige Alliance who immediately surrounded the former fleet admiral. There's another Aryan. There are Garp Pan Bogart, who has defeated many enemies. Even the enemy is hesitant to advance, because of those 2 people have a lot of power. Especially Garp, who is like a monster. But one of the strong pirates from the Kurohige Alliance, she also appeared at that place. She is paying attention. Garp is getting more and more exhausted. This is indeed reasonable, remembering that Garp is already old, and he has also gone through many battles since the beginning of the battle on Hachinosu Island. Become the Kurohige Alliance. Tell the others that they don't need to worry, because it's almost time. He is sure that Garp will run out of energy. Bogart also understands that Garp's power, indeed, it's getting more and more exhausted. He then asked Garp to back off first. Let him face the onslaught of enemies there. But the funny thing is, Garp even scolded him because he felt belittled. So that's it. Garp will still fight alongside Bogart. Looking at that, on one hand, making Bogart very worried, but on the other hand, it makes it easier because Garp is still the same as he used to be, stubborn, and his spirit hasn't changed. Even a fool will remember some moments from the past together with Garp. Thus, a brief flashback emerged. In this flashback, there are various great actions from those 2 people. What will be shown? There's also a conversation, an interesting conversation between the 2 of them. One of the things that will be highlighted, it's the moment when the 2 of them, on the journey to Gob Valley Island, 38 years ago. There, Garp is warning Bogart to be very careful, because they will face a lot. There are strong pirates over there. Bogart also said he has prepared himself to face anything. He then asked Garp, "What do you think? Give me more details about those pirates." From the unreliable information I've heard, besides Pirate Rocks, Pirate Roger is also on a journey. That's the main reason why Gar Want to move? Gar also said, according to him, there are two groups of pirates have great power. Roxdeshabek is the ruler of the era. In terms of ability, he is the most dangerous person. Moreover, they also have many strong crews on their side. Even according to the available information, those crew members are really not getting along well. But what attracts the most attention is Garp over there is definitely Roger, so Garp doesn't really care about the others. Because the main purpose is there. It is to hunt down Roger. This is certainly quite unique because Garp's initial goal was to hunt down Roger. In the end, later, instead, I will work together with Roger to fight against the rocks in God Valley. Like the stories that are already circulating, even the flashback has ended and show Garp Pan Bogart again. In fighting against the alliances, Kurohige is moving to another place, who is far from there. Continuation of the battle in Kare Bari Island will be displayed again. In that place, Fujitora, who is fighting against Mihawk, decided to use more powerful techniques. Even though that thing, it also certainly takes more effort. Here, the Admiral will become increasingly exploring the power from the Devil Fruit and his sword technique. No, Fujitora is very strong until the techniques he launched, enough to make Mihawk is troublesome. Even the strongest swordsman said so. He has to admit that Fujitora is a formidable opponent. It's been a long time. Mihawk doesn't feel the thrill of a fight like this. But according to Mihawk, what is Fujitora doing? Still not enough. Mihawk is using a powerful technique again, also together with Fujitora. Therefore, their two attacks clashed, and stealing attention from many people. One of those who reacted to the clash. It's for those who are at the headquarters. In my heart, I want to say, what if Mihawk wasn't there? So he suspects that it's a cross-guild. I've definitely been losing since the beginning. As the strongest person in that organization, Mihawk's role is indeed very important in a big battle like this. 4. Also acknowledge that Mihawk is the only person with the power of the level Yonko in his group. Act 2 highlighting Mihawk and Fujitora after their attack clash occurred. It turns out the results are quite balanced, but there's something odd about this balanced result. Fujitora feels that Mihawk's focus suddenly decreased. It seems like he's thinking about something else. Usually, every time there's an attack or a strike between him and Mihawk, Mihawk's attacks are always superior. But this time, the attack is balanced, because Mihawk is not as serious as before. Fujitora also asked Mihawk, "What are you thinking about? Why has your focus actually started to decline?" Have heard the announcement earlier. As Mimin discussed some time ago, Denden Mushi, there are loudspeakers on the naval ship over there. Start to sound. Then, there are reports from the naval forces on the island. Hachinosu said that they are quite busy, because there are many Kurohige alliances who carried out a surprise attack and surround them from various directions. Mihawk knows that the pirate Agagami is here now, currently fighting against the pirate Kurohige in Hachinosu Island, because some time ago, a rock star who is part of the Shanks crew managed to ask for help to Mihawk. Only that Mihawk is currently busy fighting, so he can't go there yet. No. This is what makes Mihawk not focused, because he knows the situation in Hachinosu Island. It's very urgent, but Mihawk hasn't had a chance to help the Akagami pirates yet. There, Mihawk and Shanks have indeed made an agreement to help each other if needed. So, of course, this situation quite distracting from his focus. Mihawk actually knows that Shanks, we can definitely handle the situation there, because Mihawk understands how strong Shanks is. It's just that Mihawk is a person who always keeps his promises, so he feels uncomfortable if you can't come to Hachinosu Island on time. Mihawk's situation is indeed quite difficult. On one hand, he has to defeat the Admiral Fujitora quickly, but on the other hand, he also needs to save energy. So I can help Shanks and friends in Hachinosu Island with maximum